Are we good now? Alrighty. Hello, everyone. We got some sound going again. Welcome to the first annual Scholarthon. I'm Peyton, your host here for the first hour. I got Brecken here. He's going to tell us about the boys basketball. So, Brecken, what were some team accomplishments this year?
So we had a couple team accomplishments. One was actually kind of building the team together, and we got a couple more wins, 5-16, not the best record, but we had good memories, and that's what really mattered for me and hopefully for some of my teammates.
Sweet. All right. So I know there's some new coaching staff in the boys basketball team this year. What was it like having a new coach this year?
You know, I really was put together. We started with pre-practice, and then we had practice stretching. It was all scheduled, and it went really fast. And they were always motivating us to do better. And no one works harder than the Cubs, as Matthew Hilson would always say.
All right. So who are your athletes that stood out this year? Who
So
are
I
some
got-
MVPs?
I got three. Miles, I was really skeptical at him first, being an 8th grader coming up to varsity. But after I saw the way he played and everything, I was really proud of that kid for being an 8th grader. Another one would be Tommy Knipling. He brought the juice to practice, to meetings every day. He would all high energy, and especially my other senior, Grady Olson, always just being there as a teammate and especially a big leader part of the Chamberlain Cubs basketball.
All right. So Brecken, what would you tell someone who's interested in joining the boys basketball team? How would you motivate someone to come out for boys basketball?
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and try hard. And also a big one that is what we usually say is be coachable and make sure you try harder than your other teammates, which you shouldn't say, but it's really putting yourself out there and being the best you can.
All right, sweet. So if someone's wanting to get better in the off season, what does that off season look like for you as a basketball player?
So it's usually in the mornings, and then we do have some later at nights for them. We really don't have that many guys showing up, but when we do, it's a lot of fun. You know, you get up and down a little bit, working on your conditioning, but it's really working on your forms and your shots and your dribbling, and it's constant grind when you're going into these open gyms.
That's super cool. So thank you for talking about the boys basketball team. I'm glad you could come in here today. What are your plans for after graduation?
I'm planning to attend Lake Area Tech to become a professional fixed-wing pilot.
That's super cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you for talking.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You're good to go.
All right, good.
So everyone, if you're looking to call in, our number is 605-234-CUBS. And if you want to call in and pledge a donation, that's the number you need to call. So we got a table full of 3 guys over here just waiting for you to call in. So give us a call here. Next up, we got Ainsley and Grace Vanderlei here to talk about the girls volleyball team. So what were some team accomplishments this year?
I feel like this year we did really well as coming together more of a team. I feel like we really started clicking this year, and everything just got a lot better. What do you think?
I think we really became a family this year.
That's super awesome. I know we got these new facilities this year, new locker rooms, new gym. What was it like competing in our new facilities?
It was so cool. It was awesome. And it just, I don't know. It was just so cool.
It was
A good
really nice.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I felt like a lot more people showed up to kind of see what everything looked like in there and see how differently we played. It was really fun.
All right. Who were some athletes that stood out this year? Who were the MVPs?
Honestly, we all brought something different to the table. And it was really, really nice because everyone had something different and unique to them. But I don't know. What do you think, Grace?
I agree. Each girl has something different to offer, so it's hard to really pick one person out. I mean, me, Ainsley, and Jovi were team captains this year. I thought it was really nice to kind of be leaders for the younger classmen. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What would you give advice to someone who's interested in joining volleyball? How would they go about joining the volleyball team?
You might as well just do it. Go talk to Sarah. Go talk to Miss Jules. You're going to love it. It's just such a good atmosphere. So, what do you think?
That's super
I
cool.
agree.
All right, guys. So what is a typical day of practice look like for you guys?
Well, for some of the girls who have like a 7th period open, they kind of come in earlier and help set up nets. And then we all go in there, start stretching. We do our dynamics. This year we started implementing a lot more conditioning, so we would do stations for how long?
Probably 20 minutes,
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes.
And then we start doing drills, and then the last half hour you kind of split up into varsity, JV, and C team and scrimmaged a little bit.
All right, super cool, guys. Thank you for coming and talking today. What are you guys' plans after graduation?
I plan on attending South Dakota State University for nursing.
I plan to go to Dakota Wesleyan for exercise science.
That is super cool, guys. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, up next here we got River Neuenhouse to come talk about our football team.
How we doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
All righty. What were some team accomplishments this year?
Well, it was a real rough season, but I'd say probably pulling off the homecoming win. And I mean, the record doesn't show as well, but I feel like we really grew as a team. Had a lot of young guys on the team step up, and new head coach, Coach Gary. Yeah, I feel like he's really working his butt off to get us where we were.
Yeah, speaking of Coach Gary, I was going to ask you, what's it like having new coaching staff in our football team this year?
Well, he was an assistant coach, but he really stepped up and he really got over the team and got us to grow a lot. Really made us work a little harder and got us more advanced into the game.
All right. So who were some of your standout athletes this year? Who were your MVPs?
I'd say Dusty Rose was great on defense. A newcomer, Henry Swanson, he's a junior this year. I feel like he really stepped up and did a lot for the team there. And one more, I'd say Hunter Frederick, he did pretty good on offense, really carried the ball well this season, I'd say.
That's super cool. So what is a typical day of practice look like for the football team? What are we working on every day?
Well, we'll start, we'll go out, we'll stretch. It's a 3-hour practice. It's a pretty long practice. I'm not going to be able to name everything.
Yeah.
But we usually have about open field, and then coaches come out and we do our stretching. We have team drive, offense, defense, individual work. What else? Special teams, kicking game, kind of both sides of the ball.
So we get a little bit of everything in there every day.
Yeah.
So kind of an interesting practice schedule compared to everyone else, I guess. But so I know there's a lot of stuff that football players do in the off season. What are some things you need to do in the off season to prepare for football?
Well, in the off season we have right around that early August, July time, we have afternoon practices. Well, it's not really a practice; it's more of drill work, getting us ready, conditioned for the season, and a lot of ball working just to get us ready for the season. We do have weightlifting too. That's another thing. About half the team joined, but I think it really helps us.
Well, sweet. Thank you for talking today. What are your plans after graduation, River?
I am attending Mitchell Tech for progressive welding technology.
That's a big name right there. That's super cool. Well, thank you for coming and speaking today.
No problem. Thank you.
It looks like we got Grace Vanderlei back here again. She's going to talk to us about gymnastics. So, Grace, how many teammates did you have out for gymnastics this year?
We had about 15 girls this year. It was a lot more than last year, but it's definitely pretty small to like a couple years ago.
Yeah, all right. So what I know there's been some staff changes and stuff. There's been a lot around the gymnastics team. What was it like this year having new coaches and navigating all of those trials?
It was really fun. I felt like the coaches this year were amazing. You could just go to them if you needed to talk about anything, and they definitely encouraged you and helped you with anything you were struggling with.
That's amazing. I wish, we could have coaches like that for all the activities.
Mhm.
What advice would you give to a student or a young athlete wishing to join gymnastics? What would you say the first steps would be?
Just go for it. I did gymnastics when I was a freshman, and then I hadn't done it my sophomore and junior year, and I just thought I might as well just go back for it again, and it was really fun. It definitely won't disappoint. Even if you're not super flexible or super strong, there's still something you can give to the team.
That's super cool. And a fun fact, you were the only senior out for gymnastics this year. What was that like as a?
It was really fun. I felt like I could just kind of have fun, not worry too much. You know, it's my last year. I couldn't really work towards much in the future because it's not like I'm going to college for this or anything. So I just had a lot of fun.
So who were some of your teammates that stood out this year?
Gosh, there were so many amazing gymnasts this year. I feel like, of course, Kyla Biggin. She gives so much to the team at every meet, and you can really tell how passionate she is. And then we had Jovi. She was amazing. I just love her energy. And of course, we had Elena Brown. She tore her ACL, but she was still there for the team even when she couldn't compete.
That's super cool. So Grace, I think we already touched on this, but what were you planning to do after graduation?
I'm going to SDSU for nursing, and I forgot to mention this before, but I'll also be in the ROTC for the Air Force.
Super cool. That's a lot of stuff. Hopefully
It is.
you're going to stay busy. Well,
I will.
Yeah, thank you for coming and talking
Yep,
today.
thank you so much.
All right, I think we already got some donations, but if you would like to call, our number is 605-234-CUBS. So hit us up here. I got a couple of couple of challenges. It looks like we got Molly Harmon. She donated $100, and she would like to challenge Tony Donovan and Nikki Ashley. We got we got Erica. She donated $100. Molly's Molly Lawrence's mom. We aren't quite Molly Harmon. My bad. She donated $100, and Kay. I'm not sure. You guys' handwriting is a little off point here, but your first name is Kay, and I am pleased to announce you have donated $50. So thank you guys for donating. Again, the phone number is 605-234-CUBS. Give us a call and donate. Up next here we got Dusty Rose to talk about boys wrestling.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Dusty. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
All right. So Dusty, what were some team accomplishments this year? What did our team do well this year?
I'd say what our team did well was winning matches that we needed to win. There were a couple tournaments that we did well in. And then obviously making it to state. Some people didn't do that. I know it was some of their accomplishments to do so, but they really improved individually and just making the team better overall.
Yeah, so I know we got quite a few young guys on the team. What's it like having that up and coming people? Do you think we have some success in our horizon, or what do you think about that?
It really assures some of our leaving seniors, as myself, that you made an impact to make them younger guys better, and you just have something to look forward to when you're off in college and not in wrestling. Gives yourself something to look forward to and see the success, and you can think, man, I made that guy a lot better in the practice room.
Yeah, that's super cool. What does the off season look like for wrestling? I'm sure there's a lot of weight room involved in some of those things. What do you think we should do to prepare in the off season?
Oh, a lot of off-season stuff. I'd say weightlifting is a big deal. Getting stronger, building your tough mentality, physicality, and all that. But also getting with your team is also very important. Building that bonding with others, and then going to a few summer camps. I wish I had gone to a few summer camps in the summer before finishing out my season.
Yeah, that's super cool. What did I guess the off season you talked about that, but you as an individual, who do you think some of the MVPs were this year?
It's really hard to pick out individual people because overall it's kind of a team sport. You make everyone else better. I'd say most of the varsity placers or varsity people making them younger guys better, and even the younger guys, they made the older guys a lot better. So I'd say everyone's MVP in the wrestling room.
Yeah, that's super cool. I wish all the sports had that mentality. And thank you for coming and talking today, Dusty. What are your plans after graduation?
I plan to attend SDSU, plan on majoring in agronomy, as well as being a part of the South Dakota State University rodeo team.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. You're going to be busy after graduation. Thank you for coming and talking, and have a good day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Yeah. Well, guys, again, our phone number is 605-234-CUBS. If you need to come contribute, that's the number you call. It looks like up next here we got Jason Stone to talk about some stuff happening in our community. He's a member of the city council, and he's here to tell us about kind of what's happening. And how's it going, Jason?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. What's happening in the community? What the heck's going on? Is there any big things happening?
Yeah, we're always like to claim we're a small town, and we are a small town, but we do have a lot of things going. Obviously, with our new development up here, Smoky Groves, just past the hospital, we're finishing up construction on the roads and the sewer lines, things like that. We did just finally get some bid outs for the commercial properties. We do have some people committed to those. And so they eventually have 13 lots for commercial businesses to fill in there, as long as they kind of meet. There's a few guidelines they have to meet there, but pretty simple there. We have tons of residential lots that will be, I believe, we'll still continue to give those away free through Lake Francis Case. There's a multifamily lot up there. So a lot of good things going there, obviously, with residential housing. And then we obviously have our new trail system that we're looking at building here. I think construction's going to get going on that here in the next couple weeks. Very excited about that. It's something I think a long time coming, right?
That's pretty unique, I guess. I don't know how many other towns have that, trail through the hills and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you see it in your spearfishes and your piers, and but these small towns like us, we don't have that, but we're in such a perfect area for it. Why wouldn't we, right?
You're right.
So,
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so Jason, I heard that you are a CHS alumni.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure things have changed since you graduated. What's your opinion on the new school and everything that's kind of been happening around the school?
Yeah, I love the new school. I love everything being centrally located up here. It just makes a lot of logistical sense here. It's something that's been talked about for a long time, right? I mean, through some of the recognitions that they've had when they opened the new school, you saw some of the old school board members that were 50 years ago talking about it. So to see a small town like this have a big idea come to fruition and actually follow through with it, I mean, it's really it goes and shows a lot of the commitment that we see from our community members.
Yes, that's awesome. So what, I guess you kind of touched on some developments and stuff. Do we have any big community events coming up? I know Friday Night Lights are on the horizon, but is there any other big events we need to know about?
Those, yes, there's, we always have obviously our downtown Friday nights. We've got our American Island Days still going on this year as well. As far as new events, I guess you'd probably have to talk with Taryn down at the chamber on that. But we're always looking for those. Obviously, they take a big collaboration of a lot of different people,
Yeah, exactly.
But our big event is Summer in the River, right?
Yeah,
so
you're
come
right.
enjoy
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Yep.
Well, Jason, thank you for coming and talking today.
Yeah,
we
thanks, sir.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank
absolutely. You bet.
Alrighty, guys, that was Jason Stone with the City Council. Up next, we got Grace Mousseau and Layla to come and talk about. Oh, never mind. We got Molly is here. She is going to talk about cheerleading. Hi, Molly. How's it going?
Oh, it's going very well. How are you?
All right, I'm pretty good. So, Molly, can you tell us what were some team accomplishments this year?
When it comes to cheerleading, there's not very much that we can do other than like how flexible you can get throughout the season. That's always noticeable. And then working on jumps is also pretty hard.
That's pretty cool. All right. I know there's been some changes, a lot of stuff happening around cheerleading. I think there's been some coaching changes. What's it like been navigating all of those changes as a cheerleader?
Personally, I've had a different coach my freshman year, and then after that I've had Stephanie Swanson, and I think they're both great. They have both been the reason that I've stayed in it, and they're both really talented. So,
who would you say are some standout cheerleaders? Who are the the standouts on the team?
I think some of the girls that had like the best jumps, Evie Olson, she had really good jumps. Evelyn, she can do some tumbling, and also Alexandra, she was also really good at that, so they were interesting.
That's super cool. So what does a typical day of practice look like for you guys?
So normally we would start practice after school, so 3:30, and then we would go in there, we would kind of talk for a little bit, and then we would do our stretches, and then we went through our dances and all of our cheers and chants and stuff like that.
That's super cool. So if someone's wanting to join the cheerleading team, how would they go about it? What would you recommend that they do?
I would say that they, first of all, need to be ready to have a good memory, because a lot of it is just memorization, and then staying flexible and stretching a lot beforehand. But it's really fun. It's really easy.
All right, that's super cool. Just another activity for everyone to be involved in. What are your plans after graduation, Molly?
I'm going to go to SDSU, and I'm going to get my master's in dietetics.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty unique.
Thank you.
Thank you for speaking today.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah. Oh boy, we got some more pledges right here. We got Jeff Twite called in. He pledged $100, and he would like to challenge all of the Hall of Fame teachers. So, hey, if you're on the Hall of Fame, you better be getting after it. Give us a call, 605-234-CUBS. We also got, you guys really need to work on your handwriting here. Corrine Lawrenson, she would like to challenge Angie Hanslick. She donated $150. Angie and Tina. We can't. Tina Lean. All righty. We need to work on our handwriting over there. Yeah. All righty. And Marlo called in, and she donated $100. Thank you guys for donating. Once again, our phone number 605-234-CUBS. Call in and give us a donation here. Up next here we got London to talk about the boys golf. How's it going today, London?
Great. How have you been, Peyton?
I'm pretty good here. London, what are some accomplishments on the golf team this year?
Well, we've had a few. We made it to state. We got third in regions, which is pretty great.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a big plaque for that, don't you?
Yeah. And we lost a couple great golfers in Sandler Weekamp and Dakota Munger, so
Yeah.
and we have a pretty young team, so it's pretty great.
Yeah, all right. I was going to ask you about that. What's it like navigating losing all those upperclassmen? How many? I guess there is no seniors. You are juniors, so you are our oldest golf member. That's why you're out here. So what's it like not having the upperclassmen to guide you?
Well, they were great, and they just helped. So I just tried to step in their role and help everyone else.
That's awesome. So I guess you guys have Mr. Hilson as a coach. I know he's pretty renowned in the community. What's it like having Mr. Hilson as a coach?
Oh, well, he's wonderful. I mean, he helps everyone, not just, he takes his time out of every practice to help someone else.
All right, yeah. So what would you say your best memory from golf is this year?
Oh, regions probably. And Lucas Saxton, he came in and made a great putt to make us there.
That's super cool. What does the off season look like for golf? I know the golf course is just getting opened up. Do you guys have practice nights, or what's the off season look like?
Well, yeah, in the winter it's pretty tough, but just to lift and everything. But throughout summer, it's everyone should be out there, and pretty much everyone is out there, and that's pretty much all we do throughout the summer.
Yeah, that's super cool. London, what is it like? I guess have you had different coaches over the years, or has Mr. Hilson been your only coach?
Oh, well, in middle school we had Mr. Dufresne, who was a teacher, and along with Chris Caldwell, he was great too.
Awesome. Well, London, I know you're only a junior, but do you have any plans for the future?
I'm undecided right now.
Undecided.
So.
All righty. Well, thank you for coming and talking today.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Up next, we got Grace Mousseau and Layla. They're going to be talking about girls basketball. Yeah. You can sit. Hi, guys. How are you doing today?
We're doing great.
All right, guys. First question here: What was the big accomplishment this year you had on the girls basketball team? What was the accomplishment?
I think one of our biggest accomplishments was winning first round of regions, which hasn't happened in a really long time.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was a pretty cool game. I think we were all watching on the live stream. And where was that? Where was your regions game? Who did you play for regions?
We played Chattanooga Butte, and we won in a last-second layup.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who shot the layup?
It was Callie.
All right,
Callie Randall.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So who would she be one of your guys' MVPs this year, or who was your most valuable player this year?
I think, I would say she was Natalie Nelson, Libby, and Lena, I think.
That's awesome, guys. What does a typical day of practice look like for the girls basketball team?
So usually we meet up, and then we start with some stretches just to get warmed up, and then we'll do form shooting, which is just getting your arm ready to do some shooting drills. And that's it for warm-ups, and then we'll go into drills, learning different plays that we're going to use throughout the season, conditioning, and that's usually how every practice goes for a couple hours.
Cool. So we got some new facilities this year, new locker rooms, new basketball courts. What's it like competing on the new court with all the new amenities?
It's definitely exciting, and being like one of the first people on there and getting to put up new numbers. But I think it's pretty exciting.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming and talking today. What are you guys' plans after graduation?
I'm going to go to Black Hills next year, and I'm going to major in elementary education, and I'm hoping I can also coach one day.
What about you?
I'm going to upstate South Carolina to major in nursing.
That's super cool, guys. Well, thank you for coming and talking today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, once again, the phone number to call, 605-234-CUBS, if you guys want to call in and pledge. It looks like we got one guy's busy over here, but we got two free guys over here, so give us a call. We got Miss Coulter today. She's going to talk to us about swim team. Well, Miss Coulter, I know you're a new coach this year. What do you think this season's going to look like with new staff and I guess you as the coach?
I think there's going to be probably a pretty big learning curve for myself and the athletes. We have some like ranging levels. We have beginners all the way to intermediate swimmers, so I'm looking forward to getting there and seeing how they do.
That's super cool. What are some of your goals this year for the swim team?
My main goal is just to develop them as athletes and individuals. I guess I would love to see them improve on like their strokes. If they have certain specific goals, there's a junior Olympic opportunity for some of the kids. That would be great to see some of them get qualified.
Sweet. All right. So I know we're kind of lacking in the upperclassmen. What would you say to some of your swimmers to keep them out and keep them active in swim team throughout their high school years? What would you say to motivate them? Yes.
I think swimming is just such a great all-around sport. So for some of the athletes that maybe aren't into swimming, it's a great sport to keep them in shape for their other sports. So if you're going out for a football team, this is low impact, really works on your cardiovascular conditioning. Running, same thing. I'm planning on having the athletes do a lot of dry land conditioning before they get into the pool, so it'll be an all-around good conditioning for those upperclassmen if they want to come out, and they don't necessarily have to compete. They can just come practice and get a good workout in.
That's super cool. So what does the off season look like? I know we don't really have very many options here in Chamberlain, but what would the off season look like for a person who's real serious about swimming?
They would just have to continue to stay in shape. They'd have to find ways to get into a pool. Swimming's one of those sports that if you don't do it, you lose it. So it would be awesome if Chamberlain could build an indoor pool.
Yeah, that'd
we
be
could have a
sweet,
swim team year round. But with that being said, there's a lot of hotels that would offer, students to come in and work out. Otherwise, same thing, be in the weight room, running, walking, making sure you're moving your body consistently.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's kind of some all-around stuff you need for all the sports. So, that was a
Definitely.
good point you made there. Well, thank you for coming and talking, taking time out of your day. So
You're welcome.
that was awesome.
All right, thanks.
Yes. Alrighty, guys. We still got two guys over here. They aren't on the phone. We need to get some people calling in here. 605-234-CUBS. Up next here we got Sam and William. They are here to talk about. What are you guys talking about today?
Well, we're talking about two things: track and cross country.
Track and cross country. Wow. So
Our
Sam,
favorites.
What were some team accomplishments on the cross country team this year?
Well, both the boys and girls team made it to state, so
That's pretty cool. What's the experience like at state? Do you guys get to stay in a hotel room? How many? What's the exciting part about state?
there's a lot of fun things we do. We get a lot of team bonding. We get to go to shopping,
Yeah.
mess around. This year we played hide and go seek at Shields.
Wow,
that was
that's pretty fun.
That's always a good time, And staying up late in the hotel room and just
Hanging out.
bonding as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
You
awesome.
gotta eat out with your team. That's
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah, I bet. All right, guys. Well, what does a typical day of practice look like for cross country?
So for cross country, after school we go down to the Armory because we do all our runs in town. A typical day is usually 3 to 4 miles of a run, and then about 3 times a week we'll do sprints down around the baseball field. Whether that be usually it ranges from a timed mile to just timed quarters, and then we vary in how many we do after that usually. And then a distance run is usually 4 to 5 miles, and then sometimes it will go up.
Sometimes
to,
Holly likes to torture us.
Yeah, she'll send us up to 6 or 7, but.
So.
Well,
those
yeah,
aren't
it's
very
good to have a
cases.
coach that pushes you guys and
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah,
see you
she
guys
definitely
succeed.
does.
That's awesome. So I guess we kind of touched on cross country, but track is in full swing. I know you guys had a meet yesterday.
Yeah.
What were the high points of the meet yesterday? What do you guys think was good and what was bad?
Well, I wasn't there due to a strep throat.
Oh,
but
that
I'm
is
feeling-
unfortunate.
I'm feeling better now, but I'm sure Will would love to give his intake.
Yeah. So yesterday I ran a bunch of relays, and those were really fun because instead of it being individual, you get to run with your teammates. I think yesterday my favorite part was when it started raining in the middle of our medley
Oh,
relay, and so I got to run in the rain, and I always like running in the rain.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah, that's a pretty memorable experience.
Yeah. I was a little upset though because the tent started blowing away, and so the coaches didn't really get the times on our
Yeah.
splits. But that happens.
There you go. Yeah, that does happen. So I guess do you guys have any more meets this week, or what's the schedule look like for track?
Friday, I believe we have
Yep.
one, right?
Yeah.
Friday, and where's that at?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. All
Yeah,
right.
that's a
Well,
great
you know,
question.
if
We
you
can't
if you
tell.
guys want.
Oh no, it's in Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. There you go.
Yeah,
So yeah, make the drive to Mount Vernon. Come watch our track team. So on cross country, I know they're two different things, but who would your MVPs be for the cross country team?
I would give my personal MVP to William because he pushed the boys team as a whole when some of us were slacking. And he did. He carried away first runner at most of the meets. So, and then as the girls' side would go, I'd probably give it to Grace Phillips. She's kind of a
I'd
dog.
agree.
She's kind of a
Yeah,
dog.
she is. For an 8th grader, yeah, she's very good.
She's very good.
What about track and field? I guess who are the MVPs there? Or who brings the energy every day?
Well, I think the MVP for the track team is Sam, at least for the
Nice, Will.
distance side. Sam or Austin.
We haven't really got
Yeah.
around too many meets. It's kind
Yeah, I
of early in the
suppose, yeah.
season to tell. But
Yeah.
I know Xavier's really good with his hurdles too, and Grace is exceptional at track too. So
That's super cool, guys. Well, what advice would you give to? I know there's a lot of young people in track and cross country. There's a lot of young middle school athletes. What would you give to someone looking to join both of those teams?
Be prepared to work hard, I guess, especially in cross country. If you're not mentally prepared, it can be a lot, especially to
Sure.
start off.
sure.
And just give it your best effort is what I would say.
I would just simply say if you're doing it to stay in shape, survive. If you're doing it to get good and want to be competitive, push yourself and don't work too hard. Don't overwork it for yourself. So
Yeah.
get a nice balance.
Get a nice balance in there. Well, that's super cool, guys. Well, thank you for talking today. And what are you guys' plans after graduation?
I'm currently undecided. I'm looking at a few schools. I'm thinking my most likely option is USD though.
What about you, William?
I'm going down to Iowa State to major in aerospace engineering.
Wow, that's super cool. I guess that is a very unique. We've had a couple of unique majors. That's pretty unique in
Yeah.
itself. So thank you guys for talking.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take these photos?
Yeah, you can take
Is this all?
Yeah, I think so. Or wait, maybe there's. No, that's all. I can't read that. Well, guys, we got some more. Pledges here. It looks like Cynthia Wall has pledged $25. Dory Herlica pledged $50. Barry and Basil $500. That's super cool. Thank you, guys. Amy Donovan has pledged $100. Thank you. Angie Hanslick has pledged $300. Ooh, she challenges Doug Knust. You better get after it. Looks like we got Kayla Shepard pledges $200. And Dia Killian has pledged $50. Thank you, guys. That is amazing. We can get many people in here. And hey, if you want to pledge, the number is 605-234-CUBS. So hit us up over here. We got two guys over here that are just waiting for you to call. So up next, we got Shelby here to talk about girls wrestling. What were some accomplishments this year, Shelby?
I didn't have a whole lot of accomplishments. I spent a lot of the season out injured. But it was a good year.
All right, Shelby. I know you're the kind of the sole senior. What's it like being beating kind of that, I guess, motivational figure? And what do you think about our up and coming athletes? Do you think we got a good future ahead of us?
I think we really do. Our new middle schooler, Villani, I have a lot of faith in her. She showed amazing this year, and it was her first year, so I really look forward to seeing how she'll do. As for being the role model, you could say, it's a little nerve-wracking,
I suppose, yeah.
but it's really nice to have girls that you're that close to.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your favorite memory from the wrestling season? What's a great memory this year?
Overall from the wrestling, like my whole 4 years, I'd probably say the match that won me a place in state. It was really memorable.
Yeah, that's awesome. What does a typical day of practice look like for you as a girl wrestler?
Well, we get to practice, everybody stretches, puts their shoes on. We do our warm-up, jump rope, have a little, talk to Donovan for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody's got that where you get to go chat for a little bit and then get after it. So,
Yep.
I know there's wrestling is open to middle school kids as well. So what advice would you give to a younger student looking to join the girls wrestling?
Definitely don't get too in your head about anything and stay on track. Stay consistent with what you're trying to move towards and have a goal in mind.
Yeah, super goals are very important to not just wrestling but every sport. So thank you for talking today, Shelby. What are your plans after graduation?
I am staying in town for a year and just working and keeping track at the house, and then I am joining the National Guards.
That's awesome. I haven't heard that yet, so that's pretty unique to you. So thank you for talking today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, guys, we got one guy over here. He is not busy, and he needs you to call. So hit us up here, 234 Cubs. Up next, we got Madeline. She's going to tell us a little bit about the softball team. Madeline, what were some team accomplishments? I know the season's still pretty young, but what were some accomplishments this year?
So this season, we've had our first home run of the year. It was Bryn Schaub.
That's
She
awesome.
absolutely killed it. It was amazing. We've had some really good plays just overall. We've seen a lot of improvement.
That's awesome. So I know this is softball is a fairly new sport to Chamberlain. This is only your guys' second year. What advice would you give to a younger student looking to join softball?
So we have a lot of girls that are upcoming, especially our middle schoolers that have been able to play, fall ball and summer ball. So they've had the opportunity to keep playing, whereas me and my other seniors and juniors haven't had that. We haven't played in almost 7 years, but they've had that opportunity to keep playing, and if they just take the opportunity and move it towards the high school, we'll be able to see a great program.
All right. Well, I know as a new softball program, what is it like? What's your opinion on your coaches?
I love our coaches to death. They're absolutely amazing. Kelly Larson and Jasa, they don't work in our school anywhere, but they have just an amazing drive, and they always want to see us do great things. They're always watching softball, all college ball whenever they can, and are always willing to bring in new drills or new opportunities to just see us grow because they want this program to do as well as we do.
Yeah, educated coaches is a large part to having a successful sport. So, as softball progresses, what are some of your guys' goals for the season?
We'd really like to see a win this year. Last year we didn't take any because it was a really new program for us. Our first year, other schools had already had their second year and just bigger areas, you know. But if we could just see a win, we've come really close. Against Hanson, we were just down by 2 points, and it was a full 7-inning game. We've just done a lot. So I think that's the biggest thing we'd like to see.
Super cool. When's your guys' next softball game?
Our next game is tomorrow in Mobridge.
Tomorrow in Mobridge. So, yeah, guys, drive out to Mobridge. Come support our softball team. They would really appreciate it. Well, Madeline, thank you for talking today. What are your plans after graduation?
I plan to enlist in the Air National Guard in Knoxville, Tennessee, and attend Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and major in theater performance.
That's a lot of stuff. You got a big future. So, well, good luck, and thank you for talking.
Thank you.
Looks like we got some more pledges here. Lori Preeb at West 40 pledged $250, and she would like to challenge all the local businesses. So, hey, guys, if you're watching, we would really appreciate it. Hit us up. We got some open phone answers over here. They're just waiting for you. Miss Coulter also, she pledged $100, and she would like to challenge all of the swim team board members. So, if you're on the swim team, hey, hit us up. Give us a call. We got Cody Steckelberg pledged $100. Bonnie Hosick pledged $200. Will Haugen pledged $100 and would like to challenge Erica Sundal, Paula Wagner, and Colin Powell. So you guys over at First Dakota, give us a call. We're just waiting for you over here. Leah Frederick pledged $100. So thank you guys. That means a lot. We got some open callers still, so if you would like to donate to the Scholarthon, help support all seniors to come, give us a call here, 605-234-CUBS. It looks like up next we got Natalie Kelsey here to talk about the girls golf team.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I know you guys had a meet yesterday, Natalie. What was that like?
Well, that was very hot, very
All right,
humid,
yeah.
but the girls played well. We all persevered, and we got through it, and I'm really proud of how some of the younger girls are contributing and really making improvements.
I know your guys' season is still pretty new or pretty up and going. So, what's your biggest accomplishment so far?
So far, it's just getting all practices in when we need to and really focusing on each individual person and what they need to work on, and especially since we've only had one tournament so far, kind of dusting off the cobwebs, getting ready for the rest of the season.
Sweet. All right. I know this is, how many years have you been in golf for?
I've been in golf since I was a 6th grader.
That's a lot of years. So over those years, what would your best memory be so far?
Probably when we went to state last year, my junior year. We all had fun. We all it wasn't just about golf. We really connected. We watched movies together. But still enjoying golf and having fun.
Having a team bonding is kind of a large sport or large part of every sport. Who are some of your teammates that stand out? Your MVPs, you could say.
Well, okay, MVP would probably be Trey Spears. She has improved so much throughout, and she definitely came into the program knowing what she needed to do and being that really good golfer that we all know that she can be. But also Olivia Larson, Alexis Shepard, they all are little 6th graders, and they want to get better, and they do anything they can to get better.
Yeah, having that motivation to get better is super important. What would you say to a younger student looking to join girls golf?
That just go for it. You know, this is a sport that you can do for the rest of your life. You can be doing it in high school and then be doing it when you're 50, you know? So it's
amazing.
all that matters is if you enjoy doing it, just go for it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, what does a typical day of practice look like for you, Natalie?
So it all starts either at the range or at the course. It's whatever Nikki, our coach, really wants us to do. But it's all individual. Since golf is an individual sport, you kind of have to work on each individual thing separately, but it's still being with the team and golfing with the team.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for talking today, Natalie. What are your plans after graduation?
I plan to attend Northern State University and major in elementary education, also get a minor in special education.
Well, good luck, and thank you for talking.
Of course.
Oh boy. It looks like up next we got Madeline is back again, and she's with Hayden. And you guys are going to tell us a little about some AP classes and all of our dual credit courses here at Chamberlain. So I know as a senior you've been through a lot of the AP classes and dual credit classes. What were some of your favorite classes?
My favorite AP course has probably been AP Gov, and then my favorite dual credit I've taken so far has been Music Appreciation Rock and Roll.
What about you, Hayden?
I'd also have to agree with AP Gov, and I would also have to say Mass Communications.
Sweet. So AP courses, what really is an AP class? For those who don't know, what's the difference between AP and not AP?
So AP stands for Advanced Placement. It's just kind of an accelerated course, so everything that we learn in that class is comparable to the same just regular class, we just kind of dive deeper into things and get a better understanding. And then we take an exam at the end of the year, which, if we score high enough, can count as a college credit for us already.
That's amazing. And so a dual credit, Hayden, could you explain to me what is a dual credit?
So a dual credit, like its name, you're earning 2 credits while you're taking it, one for high school and one for college. So instead of like an AP, as long as you pass the class,
You get the credit.
you'll get the credit.
And what would some benefits of taking a dual credit class be?
So dual credit classes are a lot cheaper than regular college classes, and also it allows you to start on like your upper education. So like right now I'll be pretty close to getting, or I have enough credits where I'll be nearly done with my freshman year. So
That's amazing. That is super cool. And I think I heard the other day, I don't know if you guys, is there going to be a price jump in dual credit courses? I thought I heard something about that. Do you guys know anything about? Yeah, hopefully not, but we know there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So if you guys could retake a class, which one would it be? I know you don't want to do that, and that's kind of a
Right.
terrible question, but
For an AP course, I think, honestly, I would retake AP Gov.
yeah.
It's a great classmates.
Mhm.
Both of you two are in my AP
Yeah.
Gov class, and I feel like there's some things I definitely could have paid a little bit more attention to,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah.
Madeline, I know you've taken a lot of dual credits. What is your total number of dual credits? How many have you taken over the course of the last 2 years?
Do you want the course name too?
Not the course name, just the number. So yeah.
I have taken 9 dual credit courses
That is
between
crazy.
my junior and
So
senior
how many
year.
years of college do you think you have already completed? Just
I
one?
would say I've got 1 year completed
year at
because I
least.
focused on my general education courses to get them out of the way for
That's-
cheaper, like
that
Hayden
is
had
super
said.
cool. Yeah, that is amazing, and it's super cool that our school can offer us all of these opportunities, whether it's government classes or music appreciation, speech, all of the different ones. So thank you guys for talking today. What are your guys' plans after graduation? I know we already talked about you, but Hayden, what are your plans?
I plan on attending Iowa State University for meteorology.
That's super unique, Hayden. I'm super excited for you, and I hope to see you on the news one day. So,
all right, thank you,
Thank
Peyton.
you for speaking, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, it looks like up next here we got Megan Hopkins and Savannah Busick. They're going to tell us a little bit about the LEAP program. So, guys, LEAP is an acronym, correct? And what does that stand for?
We're actually not sure. I just know that we switched education programs, so then we had a name change. But
I see. So, LEAP, did it used to be? That's what PAUSE was. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
correct.
All right. So, why would someone want to put their kid in LEAP after school? Can you explain to me a little bit what LEAP is?
So it's an after-school program, mostly for kids who have parents that have to work and cannot pick their kids up from school. So we start out with snack, and we sign kids in, and then if it's nice, we will go outside for recess, and then we will come in, and throughout the week there's different things, like sometimes you watch a movie, sometimes you do an activity. We've been having this nutrition lady come in, so yeah.
We also do game carts and watch movies and just are able to interact and make friendships, I guess is probably the best way I could say it with the kids. I'd say it's pretty
That's
fun,
super
but-
cool. And you guys, what are you guys planning on doing after college? Are you guys both going to education?
I plan on going to Bismarck State College for ultrasound tech.
Okay, so, well, it's still super cool that our high schoolers can go and interact with the younger generation, and you guys kind of make an impact on all of these kids. What do you think the biggest reason that someone should put their kid in LEAP would be? Do you think it allows them to make new friends, or what would the...
it opens up their surrounding areas.
All right.
If that makes sense.
There's also a homework room, so kids can
Get caught up on their-
get caught up on their stuff, and it definitely helps them form new friendships. And it's a safe place for them to be. Their parents know where they're at, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in good hands with you
it's
guys.
a really good
so, yeah.
program. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So who would you go to if you wanted to sign your kid up for LEAP? Who would you contact?
Either Linda Todd or Danita Hopkins.
Alrighty. Well, you guys, thank you for coming and talking today. I talked to you. What were you planning after doing after graduation, Megan?
I will be going to USD to major in elementary education.
Super cool. Well, thank you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Uh-oh, we got some more papers coming in. Or I guess it wouldn't be an uh-oh, it'd be a good thing. But it looks like we got, man alive, we need to, we got Christy and Doug Rasmussen. They pledged $100. We got Norman Sherry Cook. They pledged $100. Paula Wagner pledged $50. Thank you guys for your donations. They are making a lasting impact in our graduates to come. If you guys want to call and donate, again, the number is 605-234-CUBS. We got sort of a cool interview coming up here next. This is our community alumni. We got him on a Zoom call or a live stream. He is not available, but I'm sure you guys know who this is. This is Nash Huntmaker, and he's just gonna tell us a little bit about what it was like when he was in high school here. How's it going today, Nash?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good. Are you? What are you up to today?
Actually moving out of my house today, finishing packing some things up and getting ready to go back home for the draft.
Alrighty. Well, Nash, how has CHS shaped you?
What was that?
How has CHS shaped you?
I love when people ask about where I'm from. You know, as honestly growing up in Chamberlain and going to high school, I tell people all the time that town and growing up there, that's what made me who I am today. Wouldn't be the person I am without that. I love telling people about where I'm from. Super proud of where I'm from and all that stuff. So it's made me who I am today.
Well, that is awesome, Nash. What do you think about all the changes happening around the school? What do you think? Do you think we got a lot of cool things happening, or what's your opinion on all of the new developments as far as the new elementary and the new gym and all of those things?
No, I think it's awesome. My mom actually sends me she sent me all the pictures of the new gyms and everything that's going on up there. It's pretty incredible how much it's changed and how much better it's gotten since I've been gone.
Yeah, I know you definitely have made an impact here. We all know who Nash Huntmaker is as far as that goes. And you know what? I guess you said you got the draft tomorrow, I think. What are your next steps? What's your future look like?
Yeah, so the draft will be this weekend, and gonna get picked up by whatever team decides to go with me, whether I get drafted or I go as an undrafted free agent. And then I'll take off pretty much that few days after the draft, get down to wherever I'm going and kind of get introduced down there, and we'll get into rookie mini camp. Be all the new guys, all the rookies will be there. We're working out, and then after that, pretty much kind of straight into OTAs, kind of summer workouts, then have a little time off in July, and then get going with fall camp and the season.
That is amazing. I can't wait to watch you succeed, and we are all rooting for you here. So, well, yeah, thank you for talking today, and you are one of our special guests. So thank you for talking, and good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you.
We'll see you. Well, you guys, that was Nash Huntmaker, one of our special alumni. I guess everyone knows who that is, so that's super cool that we got to have him on here, and he was able to make that work. Up next, I think we got Eli Donovan, and he's going to tell us here about the baseball team once we get some of this stuff out of the way. You guys, you should call in. All of the money that we raise here is going to support seniors to come. It will be distributed amongst all seniors, and they will all receive a scholarship for their post-secondary education. It looks like we got some more pledges here. We got Riverview Storage pledged $150. Brad, I'm gonna butcher this. Bucoy, Brad Bucoy pledged $150. Chantel Creel pledged $150. Thank you guys. And Chantel Creel, she challenged all past and present swim team families. So if you're on swim team, hey, hit us up over here at the Scholarthon. Are you ready, Eli? Eli's going to tell us here a little bit about the baseball team. What are some of your, I guess you're kind of, this is spring ball right now, and then you got summer baseball coming up here. What are some of your guys' accomplishments thus far in the season?
Yeah, since we are halfway through the season, so we're still going along, and we've had a rough start to this at the start of it or whatever, but we went down to Martin on Monday and had 2 great baseball games that we played, and actually we had 3 kids hit 3 home runs, or
that's
had
super cool.
3 home runs, so that was good to see.
Well, Eli, I know there's probably different people that do spring ball than summer ball, but I'm sure some of them are the same. Who would be your biggest MVP, or who's your most valuable player, and who brings the energy to every practice?
Yeah, so we do combine with 2 other schools, so with Lyman and Kimball. So I'll say just one person from each school, but definitely for Chamberlain would be London Huska. He's leading he's like second right now for hits on the team or whatever, and then for Kimball we have Cooper Leiferman. He's been playing great baseball. He's one of our starting pitchers. That's been playing really well lately. And then from Lyman, that's really stepped up is Cole Kiefer. He's a freshman this year, and we were all kind of skeptical on how he's playing, but he's been hitting the ball really well and seeing the field good. So.
And that's pretty unique to baseball. I think the conglomeration, or how you would say it, of different towns. That's pretty awesome that we can do that and put together a successful team. What does a typical day of practice look like for you?
So practice technically starts at 5:30, but we all get there roughly around 30 minutes before. We run out to center field, we stretch, sit down, get warmed up, and then we'll all get with a partner, and then we'll play catch, long toss, flat grounds, which is, pitching. And then after that, we'll do an IO, and an IO is pretty much, or it stands for infield, outfield. So, they'll hit fly balls to the outfielders, and then they hit ground balls to the infielders. And then after that, we usually do, what we've been doing most recently is it's called 21 outs, and we pretty much play like a live baseball game, but then the coaches just hit the ball wherever, and so we have to get 3 outs, and then we'll switch guys. So that's what we've been doing lately. And
well, that's awesome, Eli. How long have you been in baseball for?
I started. Shoot, I don't even know. It's been really young. I started, early elementary, and then I don't know. I just loved it ever since then, and just stuck with it.
That's super cool, Eli. What is your favorite memory over all these years of baseball? What would you say is something that sticks out in your mind?
Last year, my junior year, we had a great baseball team, and they played really well. And so it was just fun to see those guys. And, I was, on the bench, second guy up for varsity. And, sitting there on the bench with the other guys and cheering them on was really a fun experience and good to see.
That's awesome, Eli. What advice would you give to a younger student looking to join the baseball team?
Give it a try. It's something new. It's nice to start early, start young, but if you don't have experience, give it a try and see how you like it. And our coaches are really well on putting you into the game, even with practice. They'll put you in, and then just give you a good experience on seeing how you like it.
Well, Eli, I know we got a batting cage over there, but what does the typical off season look like for the baseball team?
Once baseball ends, we give it a few months or whatever, and then about 2 months before season, a lot of us guys will, text up a group chat, get us all together, and then we'll just go hit in the cage, play some catch outside and stuff like that.
get some good practice in. Well, that's amazing. Eli, thank you for coming and talking today. What are your plans after graduation?
I'm going to be attending Southeast Tech for horticulture technology, and then with that, get into the landscaping side of things with that.
Well, that's pretty unique. We got a lot of unique majors in our graduating class, and it's awesome that we got so many going to college. Well, Eli, thank you for coming and talking today, and have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. I think we're going to hit a little MC change on you guys. I was in charge for the first half, but I think William here is going to take over for us. But before that, we're going to announce off a few more pledges. Sarah Lean pledged $100. Chad Munsinger pledged $100. And Bart and Michaela Randall pledged $100. Thank you, guys. We appreciate your donations. They are coming to help. They're going to a good cause, helping this senior class and every senior class to come. So if you guys would like to donate, hit us up over here. We only got one guy who's open. So, but still, hit us up. We would love to talk to you and get your donation. I'm going to turn it over here to William.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is William Hanslick. I am a graduating senior here at CHS, and we have a few more programs coming up. I think the next person to come will be Bryken to talk about the swim team program. All right, Bryken, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see. How many years have you been in swim team now?
So since first grade, so.
Geez, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
All right. So what does a regular swim team practice look like?
A regular swim team practice, well, depends on what the coach wants, I guess. Usually, sometimes we'll have like ab workouts on the land before we get in. But yeah, about 8 o'clock we start, and then jump in that freezing cold water because it is cold. And then it just kind of, we do different things there's different kinds of drills for everything. So we do all that kinds of stuff.
I see. What advice would you give to someone who wants to join swim team?
What advice? I don't know. It's a good time, so definitely do it. What advice did I have, though? I don't know.
That's all right. How big is the swim team here in town?
Okay, so there's about like 50 to 70 kids on average. Like a typical year would have that many kids in it.
And when does the season start?
When does it start? June, I think, in June. May 28th.
Oh,
so May.
Nice and early.
Yeah.
Fun. All right. Do you know how many meets you typically have throughout the season?
I don't know, and we're switching this year from USA Swimming to AAU, so it's gonna look different. But there's a good plenty of them, and of course you don't have to go to all of them. But yeah, there's state seasonal, then there's state A's, there's state B's, then there's state A's. There's all kinds of states, and so then, there's probably 5 or 6 meets. Other than that.
Okay, cool. And do you have any team or personal goals for the season, or is it too early to have those yet?
Oh, I don't know. It is kind of early to decipher, and I don't know what it's going to be like AAU than USA Swimming. So I guess PR.
Well, that's always a good goal to have.
Yep.
And then one last question before I let you go here. What does the typical off season for a swim athlete look like?
So that's kind of harder because there's not an indoor pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Besides St. Joe's, which not everyone has access to that. So a lot of cross training, whatever you can do to help with that, but there's not a lot you can do to be in the water, really.
I see. A lot of cardio off season.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Bryken. Thank you for enlightening us about the swim program. And thank you for coming to talk.
Okay, thank you.
All right, up next, I believe we have Megan and Barrett coming to talk about the choir program. I see
see. Welcome. So can you guys tell us what the choir program typically entails?
So we usually start the day off with a question of the day. It's something that our new teacher has started. And we'll do warm-ups and then work on whatever songs we need to work on. Like if we're doing contests, we'll do our contest songs. Or like right now we're working on concert songs. So, yeah.
I see. Cool. Let's see. I know you guys do a lot of fun things throughout the year, like contest. Do you think you could tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have a couple contests throughout the year. We have a small group contest, which is solos. It's more individualized. We have small groups like duets and trios and groups like that. And then we have large group contest, which is more of the entire choir goes and performs. And we organize some pieces and we go. And this year we had it here at our school, so we just went in the middle school commons and we performed some of our pieces for 3 judges, and they judge us upon that.
Cool. I see. A while back, I do remember All-State Choir was an event. Do you think you could tell me a little bit about your experiences there?
Yeah, so Megan and I have both been in All-State Choir. She's been in it longer than I have, so she might be a little bit more experienced, but basically it's a group of 1,000 kids, and each school, depending on how many students your school has, will take a certain amount of quartets, and then we all go to a chosen town, and then we have a guest conductor, and we just do a bunch of choir music with the orchestra for a whole weekend and put on a concert.
That's cool. I do know you guys have a concert this Friday, right? Last one of the year?
Yeah.
Perfect. How many songs will we be singing for that?
So, yeah, our choir will be performing 4 pieces, and our chamber choir has 2.
Neat. I see. What advice would you give to someone who is looking at maybe joining choir?
I would say don't be scared, because I know one of our biggest problems is people are scared to like sing out. And like you're in a big group, like it's not just you by yourself, so like just don't be afraid. And it's a really fun thing to go out with. You get really close with those people and you learn a lot about music, and you learn a lot of different types of music and different languages. So I think it's a good program to go out for, definitely.
That's cool. How about, could you each share a favorite memory from choir?
My favorite memory would probably be my junior year of All-State Choir, because I auditioned for this solo, and the day of, they had us 12 girls come down and sing it for the director, and it was absolutely terrifying. And then I found out like I got one of the parts, and that was really cool and definitely one of my biggest goals.
That's
fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
So my favorite memory from choir is there's something you can audition for. It's called Honor Choir, and you can do that over the summer. And I got in 2 years ago, and the previous year. And going to that was just one of probably the best experiences of my life, honestly. It was a lot of fun. It was really eye-opening, and it's great because everybody there is just so passionate about choir, and everybody knows what they're doing.
Fun. Okay. And one last question for you. Did you guys know what you're going to pursue after high school?
Yeah, so this fall I plan to go to basic training and do my AIT for the National Guard. And then in the fall of 2026, I'll go to college at USF for music ministry.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I will be going to USD to major in elementary education.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much for representing the choir program, and thank you for coming to talk today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I believe we have Riley coming to represent the trap team. Oh, but first, we have some donations. From Sheena Larson for $250. Thank you very much. She would like to challenge the class of 2003 and Shane Bryan. So all you 2003 grads, please give us a call. From Melissa Hutmaker and Cozard Memorial Library with a donation of $100. Thank you very much. She would like to challenge all Libby app users. So if you use the Libby app, please give us a call. From Garrett
Garrett Chilson from Heating and Cooling for $50. Thank you very much, Garrett. Pam Bryan for $100. She would like to challenge Sheena Larson and Chantel Creel. Jeff Twite would like to challenge all his former students at CHS with a pledge amount of $50. So if you were taught by Jeff Twite in school, please give us a call. And Mindy and Tony Donovan pledged $150. So thank you very much to everyone who's pledged just now and before. Half of the money that is donated today will go directly to the senior class, and the other half will go into a fund that will continue to benefit all the seniors to come. So thank you for not only supporting the seniors today, but also the graduating seniors in the future. All right, and now we have Amelia and Riley representing the trap team. So can you just tell us a little bit about where you go to practice trap?
So we go to Thunderstick Hunting Lodge, and we practice trap and skeet out there.
I see. So what's the difference between trap and skeet?
Skeet has 2 houses. It's a high and a low. And then like 8 positions. Neither of us shoot skeet, so I'm not the best. And then trap, it's 1 house and then 5 positions.
I see. And how many people are on this trap team?
Right now I think we have like 25.
Okay. Cool. And when does the trap season run?
So we started 2 weeks ago, and it'll go to the beginning of June.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. What's got you interested in trap shooting?
I shoot a lot of rifle, so I've just been doing it for a while. I don't know about you.
My dad convinced me to do it. So
Cool. Can either of you share a favorite memory from trap?
Last year I got first place at the state tournament, so that was
that's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah, state's always fun. Yeah. I don't have a specific one, but state's always the best.
Cool. What advice could you give to someone who is thinking about maybe joining the trap team?
I would say just go for it. There's so many people out there that are willing to help you, and you'll just get better. Because I know when I started, I was not very good. So, do you have anything?
No, just show up. Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. And what do you guys do in the off season to prepare you for the next season, or is it not?
I mean, if you can find somewhere to shoot and get out and shoot, that's always good. Or hunting too. I know some people do that.
Cool. All right. And what do you guys plan on doing after graduation here at Chamberlain High School?
In the fall, I plan to attend Stewart's School to major in cosmetology.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to Kendall College for culinary school in Chicago.
Oh, those are both really cool. So thank you guys for coming on to talk about the trap team. And yeah, I'd like to just thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, next we have Nick to represent the bowling team. So, hi Nick, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great.
All right, let's see. When do you guys practice bowling?
I mean, that's kind of the great thing about bowling is that you just kind of do it whenever. It's a great thing to hang out with people. It's just, we normally do it sometime in the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, just really whenever when all of us aren't busy, but it can just be whenever.
Cool. So when does the typical bowling season run?
Well, the bowling season just ended. It tends to go similar to the school year, so I think it starts, around the same time school starts, and then it ends about a month before school year ends.
Okay, yeah. So that's a long season then.
Yeah, but we also take plenty of breaks. We don't do it over the holidays because we always bowl on Sunday traditionally, and we do it out in the afternoon about 4, 5, sometimes in that range. And then we also took a month off this bowling season just to give people a little bit of a break after Christmas. But yeah.
How many competitions do you guys typically have throughout that season?
Well, so I'm not a competition-based bowler, but we do have some. You can go to all-state bowling if you want.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter if I feel like I'm pretty average at the game, but we have some bowlers who are really good who go to All-State. But even if you just look for practice and you'd like to compete in All-State, you can go. There's not really like a skill ceiling. You can't like get nominated. If you just want to go, you can go.
Cool. Okay. So what's a typical bowling practice look like then?
Bowling practice is really just, I'm on a team with me, Judah, and Sam, and we just go to the bowling alley. We play 3 games, make fun of each other, congratulate each other on strikes, buy each other drinks, just fun time all around.
That's fun. What advice would you give to someone looking to join the bowling team?
Just do it. I mean, like, bowling is a really fun pastime. There's bowling alleys all over the world. Bowling alleys all over the country at the very least.
Yeah.
And it's just a really fun pastime. You don't have to be good at it to have fun, and if you are good at it, you can really just use that to your advantage. People who are into bowling are really into bowling.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your personal best?
Actually, it's on my phone. I think I don't want to get my phone out because it's disrespectful, but I do think it's either 211 or 215.
Oh, that's about 150 more than my personal best. So you definitely have that on me.
Yeah.
All right, and if you could just, do you have a favorite memory from bowling?
Well, on the last day of the bowling season, we do a scholarship tournament, and I was on the same lane as Judah, and he was doing pretty good by Judah standards, which is not a diss at him, just a fact. And he was looking really good. He was going up there, and then the ball just hit his knee and just straight into the gutter.
Poor guy.
And I feel bad, but I laughed so hard.
Well, Nick, do you have any plans after graduation, and if so, what are they?
Yeah, I plan to go to USD and study journalism because I'm really fascinated by that career, and I really like to inform people.
Sweet. Well, I hope one day I'll read one of your articles. So thank you very much, and thank you for giving us a view into what it looks like to be a part of the bowling team.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Oh, yeah. All right, up next, it would appear we have Ember and Katie to represent band. Oh, first we will do some pledges, though. Thank you very much. The first pledge we have is from Erica Peterson for $100. Thank you very much, Erica. The next one we have is from, the tech guy, Nate Winter for $100. Thank you very much, Nate. Appreciate it a lot. Beth Simonson for $100. Thank you very much for your donation, Beth. This next one we have is from June Russell for a pledge amount of $50. We thank you very much. Oh, here we go. We have one from Colin Powell. Thank you very much, Colin, for coming back after that challenge for $50. And he would like to challenge John Donovan. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing there. And Colin Hoppy, and John Donovan. If you're here, please give us a call. And First Dakota for $250. Thank you very much, First Dakota Bank. All right. And I would just like to remind everyone watching and thank everyone watching for donating. 50% of all these proceeds go to the graduating class currently, and the other half goes to future classes that are graduating. So if you donate, you're not only helping us here, but also those to come. So thank you very much. All right, here we have Katie and Ember from the band. So if you could just start off, what does a typical band practice look like?
A typical band practice looks like you walk in, you sit down, you warm up your instrument a little bit, and then he has us run through a couple exercises where we warm up our instrument, and then we tune a little bit, and then we get right into practicing our songs, so for the performance.
Cool. And what instruments do you guys play?
I play the flute.
And I play the clarinet.
That's cool. Okay. I'm to understand that joining band starts from a very young age at like 5th grade, right? So I guess if any 5th graders are watching, what advice would you give to them?
I would say just make the most of it. Playing your instrument can be so much fun. I remember as a little 5th grader trying to look up songs and attempting to play them, not very well, but I would say have fun with it and practice. Practice really does make you better. It really does help. And then Ember, anything?
Band can be stressful at times, learning to play the notes or the right rhythms, but it really does teach you just a skill and then also just a sense of leadership and then responsibility along with that. So
Cool. Yeah, and Katie, I'm to understand that you've been to All-State Band a few times, so do you think you could tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I've been there 3 years. I made it my sophomore year, and I just went a few months ago, senior year. And that is such a fun experience. All of the top players throughout the state come together, and there are 2 different bands, and just everyone comes together to make beautiful music, and it's really, really fun to see. I absolutely love listening to like the top instruments and kind of seeing where I could grow, and it really does push you to be a better player, I'd say. And it's such a fun experience. I just loved it.
That's cool. All right, and what can you guys tell me about marching band?
Ooh, you can go.
marching band is, I honestly quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed being outside, and then also you switch it up from regular band.
Yeah.
And you get to play different songs than you would regularly in band. Like, we play more classical, more organized pieces, whereas in marching band you also get color guard, and then it's a whole lot more fun, honestly.
Yeah, I do have to say our marching band, I think we've really made a name for ourselves. We've won quite a few competitions. We got first in both of our competitions, street marching this year, which was a new challenge in itself. We're used to field marching, and so I guess the challenge really pushed everyone to grow as a person and grow as a player as well. So that's really cool.
Yeah, cool. I know the pet band goes out and plays for some of the home basketball and volleyball games. What would you guys say is your favorite pet band song?
Mine would probably have to be the newest one we got, Runaway Baby, or Crazy Train. I absolutely love both of those. Both of those have really fun clarinet parts. And then Ember?
I think I enjoy 25 or 624 the most, just because it was our freshman marching band song. It's nostalgic, and then I think that's really the only one that I really like. And then I also get to play the piccolo, so that's really fun. Get to switch it up from regular band. So
Cool. All right. And could each of you give a favorite memory from band?
I'll let Katie go first.
This might be a little bit sappy, but I just enjoy every single day I get to sit by Daphne. Both of us have quite a fun time drawing on our music. We made rap songs together. We went to a band camp together, and we performed a clarinet rap song for everyone for the talent show. And so just every day that I get to spend with her is just such a joy. But then I also really enjoyed junior year all-state band. Just the song selection was absolutely gorgeous, and my stand partner was one of my very good friends, so I just loved it.
One of my favorite memories, I would have to say, is definitely the bus rides to the marching band competitions, and then also just, I guess, winning the competitions. That's always, it feels fulfilling, putting in all the hard work and then winning. So yeah.
Cool. All right. And where are you guys going to go after we graduate here?
After I graduate, I will attend USD and get my undergrad in pre-law, and then hopefully go to law school. So yeah.
Cool.
And I'm going to School of Mines for biomedical engineering.
Awesome. Well, that's really cool, you guys. And thank you very much for coming to talk about band with me. And yeah, it was awesome talking to both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Barrett and Sella to talk about the drama department. All right. First, let's talk about one-act play. So when does the typical one-act season go?
It usually starts right after we get done with our usual fall play. It was a little different this year. We did that in the spring, but one act usually starts around the December, January area.
Okay, cool. And so what do you do one act? Like, what do you... I guess what I'm trying to say is, when does the season end?
So for one acts, it's more of a competitive play rather than for fun, which is our spring/fall play. So we start practicing in the December, January area, and then we go to regions in February, like late March area. And then depending on if you make it to state or not, practice will extend for about 2 more weeks, and then you'll go to state.
Oh, cool.
In
Okay.
like mid-March.
That's neat. Okay. What does a typical one-act practice look like?
So all thanks to our new building, it's not nearly as strenuous as it has been, because we used to have to set up our set every single time. So we would drill all the walls together. But now, all we have to do is open the curtain on the stage. It's really simple now. So yeah, we start off with warm-ups, and then after that, it's kind of up to the directors. We usually just, if we're learning it, we'll go through individual scenes, and then once we get we start memorizing it, we'll just do run-throughs until we get it down pat.
I see. What does the cast size typically look like in a one-act play?
We can usually count on having between 15 to 25 people. We've had a pretty good cast size recently, but we are always looking for more.
Certainly. All right. Do you guys have a favorite memory from one act?
My favorite memory would be when we got to go to state last year, definitely. It's so much fun to watch the other productions that made it to state that are such high quality, and you can tell that people really enjoy the time that they put into the shows that they're doing. So that's definitely my favorite part.
Yeah, my favorite memory from one acts is going to state my freshman year. Yeah, it was my freshman year. And getting to hang out with all the older classmen, upperclassmen there. We got to go to the hotel and we would just play board games all night, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
getting
that's
to hang
fun.
out with them.
Cool. All right. If you could give a bit of advice to someone looking to join the cast of the one-act play, what would you tell them?
A bit of advice, don't be scared. Some people may say it's intimidating. It's not. It's real easy. You just go, and you don't need any background either. It's kind of something that you just show up, and you just do, and you have fun. I've been kind of told to just keep turning up the dial for how expressive you are until they tell you to turn it down. And then you know you're too far, but just have fun with it.
Cool.
My advice would be similar. Just try it. It's super fun, and even if you don't get maybe a main part or the biggest character, you're still a part of the production, and you still put yourself out there, and it's really nice to be a part of something that is, that cool. You get to make a whole production out of it.
Yeah. All right. Let's continue to the fall play / spring musical. So when does that typically happen for the fall play?
Well, it used to be that it would be more in the fall area, so we would start maybe September and perform around November, kind of after Thanksgiving sometime. This year, we started...
We started after 1X, I think.
Right after 1X?
Yeah.
So like the mid-February then?
Yeah, we did auditions kind of late. I think we had trouble getting the rights to one of our plays. So we started later than we usually would for a spring musical, but it all ended up well. But yeah, it starts right after 1X, so March-ish area. And then we performed in,
Oh, I see. So
April.
You can typically expect mid-February to mid-April then for the season. Cool. Okay. So it's to my understanding that every year it alternates between a musical and just a normal play. So what was the play this year, the musical?
Our play this year was Alice in Wonderland. It was a musical. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it would probably have been my favorite plays out of the all of the fall play / musicals that we've done.
That's good. All right.
So next year, since this year was a musical, it's going to be just a normal play then?
Correct.
Is there any specific play you would like to see your classmates perform, or not especially?
I don't have one. I may be in the plays, but I don't watch them all that often.
This was more when I was younger. I really, really wanted us to do the Percy Jackson musical. Sadly, that did not come to fruition when I was there. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, we'll see.
Cool. All right. So, how does the cast size of the fall/spring play look compared to a one-act play?
A little bigger, but they are pretty similar, around the 20, 30 area. This year we had...
I think I counted earlier. We had 23 actors and 7 crew members.
Okay.
So about 30-ish. When we audition on a sheet, you decide whether you want to do the fall play, one act, or both. And so I think majority of people just do both, just to get more experience.
Cool, I see. So you said something about crew members. What does being a crew member entail?
Yeah, so if acting isn't your forte, but you still want to help out with the plays, you can be a crew member. So some of our, like the background parts, for example, in the Alice in Wonderland play, we had some walls that had to be held there while some of the actors did their parts. A lot of the crew members were behind those walls, holding them up individually. So, and you, as a crew member, you also get to build a lot of the set. They built a lot for Alice in Wonderland. It was really nice. They did a really good job, too.
Cool. Okay. So usually the fall and spring plays are longer than the one act, correct?
Correct.
I see. What advice would you give to someone looking to join the fall or the spring play then?
Advice about the same as the one act play, except for the spring/musical, it's not competitive. So you can kind of relax a bit more. It is a longer production, as one act is only half of what we would do in a normal play. But kind of just have fun. Go, try it.
Yeah, basically what I said for the one act. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy it. It is a little more work than the one act just because it's longer. There's a lot more props, a lot bigger stage that you have to deal with usually. But there's also, my favorite part is the cast members. I love getting to be able to talk to people that I would never normally be able to talk to. I made friends with a lot of the middle schoolers this year. I had some scenes with them, and it was really wonderful to get to talk to people that I never would have normally talked to before.
Yeah, sounds like a great opportunity. All right, and before you go, where are you guys? I know we already asked Barrett this, but so where are you going to go to school after graduation, or what are your plans?
I am headed to SCSU after I graduate. I am not fully decided on a major yet, but I would like to minor in accounting.
Oh, okay.
And I want to go into some sort of historical preservation.
Cool. Awesome. And where, just a refresher, Barrett, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so this fall I'll be going to complete my basic training in AIT for the National Guard. And then in the fall of 2026, I'll be going to college at USF for music ministry.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for talking about the drama department a little bit. And thank you very much for your time and coming to talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we will have Madeline talking about the oral interp. But first, I believe we will do some pledges. So thank you very much. All right. So far, we have raised $6,700. So remember that half of that's going to this class, and the other half is going to support classes in the future. And the phone lines will be open until Friday. So if you missed today's live stream, feel free to call in until Friday and donate. All right, our first pledge for this round comes from Brock and Erica Sundel for $100. Thank you very much. And they would like to challenge Neoma Harris. So Neoma Harris, if you're with us, please give us a call. Next is Cammie Vandenbosch for $100. So thank you very much, Cammie. Our next pledge comes from Becky Rose for $100. Thank you very much, Becky. And she would like to challenge all first grade parents. So if you have a child that's in the first grade, please consider giving us a call and donating. remember that eventually when your children get to where we are sitting, that they will benefit from this. So thank you very much. And we have another pledge from Jeff Twite for another $100, and he would like to challenge once again all former Chamberlain School District employees. So if you're a teacher here and you're with us, please give us a call and donate to some of your former students. And our last one is from Skoostad Tuck Point for $100. Thank you very much for your donation. All right, Madeline, when does the typical oral interp season begin?
So, I did not partake in oral interp this year or the previous year just due to other commitments within the school year. So I'd have to think about this for a little bit. But I believe the season starts right when school starts, August, and then ends around, I'd say, November, December if you get to state.
Okay, I see. And so how many competitions does one typically go about during that season?
To be able to compete at the region competition, you only have to attend one competition in another area, but typically we do, I'd say, 4 or 5, and it's all individual. So I might have attended 5, but another one of my peers in oral interp might have attended 2.
Okay, I see. Cool. And so where is the region contest typically held?
For our region, it's actually held in Chamberlain,
Oh,
or
cool.
technically in Oklahoma at the Arrowwood Cedar Shore Resort.
Awesome. And then what can you expect from state oral interp?
So that's held in different areas as the rotation throughout the years, like many other fine arts performances for state. So first, to make state, you have to receive, I believe, a superior score, or you have to have the highest score out of the 3 in your division, because there is comedy, serious, poetry, and then non-original oratory, which is just, we could take a piece from the play and just perform that instead. But you have to make the top 3, I believe, in your region to go to state, and then to receive superior recognition, you have to have 2 of your 3 judges give you a superior score.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. How big is the oral interp team?
So our oral interp team is pretty small. It's very kind of kept on the down low, I guess. We don't really advertise it a whole much, but
I see.
we have typically about 5 to 7 people in our team.
Cool. Okay. What advice would you give to someone looking to try and get on this oral interp team?
I would say talk to other people that have been in oral interp. I remember talking to Paige Endres because she was in it, and she was a very good actor. She was phenomenal. And just maybe have them read their piece or perform their piece to you, because it's very different from the one act or the fall play. It's still acting, but I personally believe that it's very different. Just watch it, find something about it you'd like, and then just give it a try. And it's a little less intimidating than being in a one act or a fall play, because it's less, I guess, difficult. And then that might be your inspiration to just continue a career with the fine arts.
Cool. Awesome. Let's see. I do believe that Peyton asked you this earlier, but what plans do you have after graduation?
I plan to enlist in the Air National Guard in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then to attend Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and major in theater performance.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for talking about oral interp, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to do a quick MC switch. Peyton's going to get the mic back.
Hello, everyone. We got some pledges here I need to list off first before our next interview. We got Jerry Ann Hack. She pledged $250. And Shane Bryan pledged $100. And he challenges the class of 2006. So if you graduated Chamberlain High School in 2006, hit us up, give us a call. Our next interviewee here is Joel Pazur. He's going to tell us a little bit about the school board. How's it going today, Joel?
Good.
Alrighty. So I know the school board has a big role in our school. I know there's been a lot of changes with the new school and all of those things. What do you think what was the biggest new thing that we did recently?
Oh man, I don't think you gave me enough time for that, but just the new school itself, start to finish, it was quite the project, but I think there's a lot more to the school than just the walls. You got to really look at just all the staff and everything we got that we're able to offer that most schools around us are not able to offer, from ag to the building to art to just choir. I guess you guys have seen it all today.
That's
I
super
mean,
cool that we get to have all of these activities.
Yeah.
The school board makes all of that possible. So what do you think going forward? Is there anything that we need to be looking out for? Is there any big developments happening within the school district?
Nothing real big as of now, but I think every day is, we're definitely looking more at like your building traits, that kind of things, more than, or not your normal school that we have.
CTE classes,
yeah,
you could say, yeah.
Yeah, well, that, or even, that schools run different than when I was at school.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I guess maybe get away from an atypical school.
Yeah, that's super cool that we get to have all of these CTE classes, and I know there's been some new teacher changes. Do you know any of the new teachers that are coming in, or is there any new cool classes that we should be looking forward to?
Well, they're all cool.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I know you're not wrong. Yeah.
No, we're just a couple teachers short for next fall, and I believe we'll have them filled. So for next year, 2025, 26 looks bright too.
That's awesome. Joel, so are you a Chamberlain alumni?
Yep, I was a 2004 graduate. Actually, with my wife, she was 04 too.
Well, yeah, that was a really long time ago.
That was. I got a lot of gray hair, and actually, it says a lot because I think she graduated first in class, and I was closer to last.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's
So you can go anywhere from Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is super cool. So what's your opinion on how things have changed since you graduated? The new school, all of the new things. It's super cool that we can see all these things. What's your opinion on that?
It's super cool. It's different perspective as a kid and as you grow up. And then, I think it's just being youth. You don't really appreciate until you get out of it. But,
That's super cool. Well, Joel, thank you for coming on behalf of the school board. I appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank you for talking.
And I like challenge too other board members, prior board members. There's a lot of you out there. I guess I probably wouldn't be in this seat without you guys. So I appreciate challenge there, and then challenge class of 06. I'd seen Nathaniel Winters. He was a class of 04. My wife, and I guess I don't know who else would be 04 would be in the staff, but administration too. Just thanks for everything, and
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. Hey, I do have a couple of things to list off here. I got a couple of thank yous. So if we would like to, can we pan the camera over to our phone answerers? Over here we got Memphis Peterson, Grady Olson, and Preston Haugen. These are your guys' answerers. So if you want to give us a call, this is who you're going to be chatting with. Also, we got Sheena, Chantel, Jeff, Melissa, Brady. They are all on the OCP board, and they are the ones who made this possible. Without them, we would not be able to do this. And a huge shout out to Mr. Steckelberg and Mr. Youthy. Without their help, the live stream, everything would not be possible. Mr. Steckelberg helped set up the room. Mr. Youthy helped set up the live stream. All of their input has been so valuable in helping us set up this super cool new thing. So I'm going to turn the mic back over to William, and he is going to interview Katie and Angie.
Alrighty, and here we have Katie and Angie for the art club, I believe. Yep. All right. So I think if you could just start off, what does the art club do?
Well, one big thing that we do is we go to state every year. There are up to 12 pieces and up to 12 people that can go to state. This year there were 9. And so that's a really big thing, as well as there's another timed art competition that's kind of a part of state where you have a certain allotted amount of time to make an art piece, and then you compete with other students around. So, yeah.
Cool, I see. And when do you start getting ready for state art?
You can start getting ready at like any time. Obviously not too late. I would suggest we usually get ready like ASAP, like as soon as the school year starts. Whenever we have the idea, we start writing it down. We start it. It's always we would probably suggest starting like as soon as you get the idea, so then you have like extra time, extra weeks to fix it up. You know, think about what you're gonna say on your art statement and everything. So as soon as possible.
Cool, I see. So if you're in the art club, do you have to make a piece to try and get to state art?
Well, I know a few people, they made pieces for state, but they didn't qualify. And so I guess you don't necessarily have to go to state. It is just about making art, I guess,
Oh, I see.
and the kind of process of that enjoyment of it.
All right. And then, so do you guys have like a practice after school for this, or when do you guys hang out to make this art?
Most of the time, well, for me, it could probably be different for Katie, but for I do it in class. I also have opens my 6th and 7th period, so I usually end my school day with working on art, which is fun. But I usually use my time in class. I just put in my music, and that's where I'm most motivated.
Yeah, I would say mine is also mostly done in class, but I would say I definitely put a lot of time in at home as well. I know art is something that just kind of I can mindlessly do, put on headphones, as you were saying, and just really enjoy the process of it. And so I know my like watercolor piece, every time I was stressed, I would just do a little part of it at home, and I know that was always really enjoyable for me. So yeah, and as well as in my opens, when it was getting close to state, I definitely came in during my opens and had to work on my art pieces. So
That's
yeah.
fun. What advice would you give to someone looking to try and join the art club?
Advice, I would say do it for sure. Don't ever feel like you're not good enough or your art isn't good enough. Art doesn't really have like a big grade scale. It's whatever makes you feel happy, whatever you feel most comfortable in, and be expressive. Be very expressing. Do what you like. If you think this looks good, if you want to do this, do it. Don't try to copy other people. Just be fully yourself. That's all you have to do. Be authentically yourself, and that's my advice.
Fun.
I would say, yeah, art is really about self-expression, and it's just a way that you're able to enjoy yourself. So as Angie said, just do it for yourself. Do it because it's just so amazing to be able to create something.
That's cool. So you said you had 9 people go to state art, right? And I've heard you guys did well at state art, right? Do you think you could tell me a little bit about that?
We got the championship.
Nice.
Yes, we got the big thing, the big medal. So shout out to Mr. Thaler.
Yeah, I know that was a big goal of his, was to, because last year we were very close to being the state champs, #1 A school, and everyone who did it worked so incredibly hard. We have some of the best artists here, I feel like, in Chamberlain High School. We had, oh goodness, at least 2 first places. We had like 4 second places, a few thirds. Like almost everyone placed. So it was just so amazing to see that represented in such a small school. And so, yeah, 12 entries, 9 people, and state champions.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Before you go, do you think you could give me a favorite memory that has come from being in art club?
My favorite memory would be, okay, I got 2. One is I love how the art classroom is the only classroom that you can like whip out paints, different colors, experiment this and that. Like I just love the process of making art like almost better than the actual piece. I just love the process of it because there was one day I had like only primary colors. I had blue, red, and yellow. I made pink, purple, green, all these different colors with just those 3 colors, and it was so fun. There was colors everywhere. I felt like I was in like La La Land. And then my second favorite memory would have to be trading art with the other girls. Sometimes when we'd finish a piece or even like the drafts, we would like look at each other or look at each other's pieces, and we would like say, here, have this one, and we'd like sign them, and it's pretty fun.
Oh, and then I also have probably 2 favorite memories. I just loved talking with everyone last year. I feel like we would get into some absolutely crazy conversations while making our art pieces. And one fun thing that we would do in my art class, at least in drawing, was every Thursday he would give us a new prompt, and we would try and make an art piece that would follow the prompt in a 50-minute time period, and that was so much fun. And then my other favorite memory is for not this year, but the other 2 years that I went to state art, they made cupcakes for Mr. Thaler with his face on them, and those are always so fun and so interesting, and so eating those was very fun.
All right, and then one last question for you, and I asked Katie this earlier, but Angie, what are you going to do after graduation?
After graduation, I am going to, well, like education-wise.
Sure, anything you'd
Okay.
like.
Well, for one, I'm going to keep myself happy and healthy.
That's good.
And the people around me. But for school, I plan on going to a Native American Art Institute all the way in New Mexico.
Oh.
I know that's very far, and it's very different than what a lot of kids are doing, but I'm very excited, and I'm kind of just throwing myself out there and see where I go with that.
That's cool. I hope I see one of your pieces someday.
Yeah, thank you.
And Katie, just a quick refresher.
I'm going to South Dakota School of Mines and Technology for biomedical engineering.
Awesome. Thank you guys both very much. It was very fun to hear about the art department, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Next, we will have the Rodeo Club, presented by Preston. And some pledges real quick. All right, so far we have raised $8,525, so thank you guys very much for all your contributions. Our first pledge for this go-around will become from former Mayor Doug Nelson. So thank you very much, Doug, for your $250 contribution. And Doug would like to challenge previous mayors, so if you were mayor of Chamberlain, please phone in and give us some money. Thank you very much. Our next one comes from Erla Pazur with a pledge amount of $300. Thank you very much, Erla. We very much appreciate your donation. Our next contribution comes from Joel and Brady Pazur. So thank you very much, Joel and Brady. We really appreciate your $500 donation. Thank you very much. All right, the next contribution comes from Lana Karstens from Modern Woodman. Thank you very much, Modern Woodman and Lana Karstens, for your $100 pledge. Our next pledge will come from Nate Nealon Construction for $250, and he would like to challenge Chamberlain Building Supply. So if anyone from Chamberlain Building Supply is watching, please phone in. And then our last one comes from my grandpa, Mike Hanslick, for $75. Thank you very much, Grandpa Mike, for your $75 contribution. All right, Preston. So the Rodeo Club. How long have you been in Rodeo Club?
I've been in Rodeo Club since I was a 6th grader, so quite a few years, I guess you could say.
I see. All right. So when does Rodeo Club start?
Rodeo Club is year-round. We normally do some fundraising throughout the school year, work some concession stands, stuff like that. I guess the high school rodeo season just starts like right now, or in a month, I guess, and then you can kind of rodeo all summer, and if you really want, I guess you could rodeo in the winter, but it gets a little hard during that time of the year.
Oh, I'm sure. All right. What does a practice look like if you're in the Rodeo Club?
So normally when I practice, I guess we kind of it's normally in the afternoons when I get home from school, and I guess you kind of just go saddle up your horse, run in the calves or steers, and do some roping. Or I guess if you're like pole bending or barrel racing, you'd probably go set up the poles and barrels and run your horse around them a couple times.
Oh, cool. I see. So how often do you guys have competitions?
So it's a little hard, I guess, to say that, but I guess the high school rodeo competitions would be there's like 3 or 4, and they're in like a month, and then like the couple months to follow that.
Oh, I see. And what can you do in these competitions?
So there's all sorts of events. I guess there's rough stock events like saddle bronc, bareback, bull riding, and then there's kind of some roping events like team roping, calf roping, and breakaway. And then you can do some barrel racing and pole bending and things like that, I guess.
Cool. That's fun. How many people are in the rodeo club here in town?
There's 14. The rodeo club's got a lot of middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Oh, okay.
I guess one of our middle schoolers that stands out or kind of had some success last weekend was Remy Pickner. She did pretty good at the junior high rodeo in Rapid this weekend, so that was pretty fun to see.
Cool. All right. And do you have a favorite memory from rodeo club?
I would say the state finals every year. They're pretty fun, just to compete on that high of a level and get to hang out with your friends and just have a good time, I guess.
Yeah, that does sound fun. And before you go, would you like to tell us what your plans are after graduation?
When I graduate, I'm gonna go to Montana State University, I guess, in Bozeman, and do some engineering.
Oh, cool. Do you know what kind of engineering yet, or?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm kind of thinking something like, I wish there was something in between like mechanical and civil, but I don't know.
I see. Yeah. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
sure
fun.
I will.
All right. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Peyton. Or Preston, I'm sorry, man. All right. And again, once again, we have Grace and Aiden. Sorry, I missed you there. Grace and Aiden representing HOSA. All right.
How are you doing, William?
I am doing good. How are you, Grace?
Amazing.
Oh, that's good to hear. How about you, Aiden? How are you in this fine evening?
I'm just wonderful.
Perfect. All right. So, HOSA. When does the HOSA season go?
It's honestly all year round, but we start getting ready for state HOSA in about maybe December, maybe a little before that.
December, January area is where we really start pushing state HOSA, which is like our main event.
Oh, okay. I see. And so what do practices in preparation for state HOSA look like?
Well, first we choose what we want to compete, and then the following meetings after that, we kind of get our books, we start studying. About a month in, we start taking tests, and then after that, we just keep on studying, and then in April, it's state.
Cool. So what kind of things can you compete in at state HOSA?
Yeah, so state HOSA, or HOSA as an organization is about future health professionals, but it's more than that. They've got teamwork, leadership stuff, and so some of the things that I've personally been a part of was when I first joined sophomore year, the first thing I did was clinical nursing. And so how that worked was you'd sign up for your event, and then around early mid-March you'd have to take an online test, and if you got a 70% or above, you would go to the state competition. And then so that's when you'd work on your skills. And so pretty much they just put you in a room and they say, all right, so, or they give you 4 different options of what you do, and you do 2 of the 4, but you don't know beforehand. And so you just demonstrate those skills and compete pretty much.
Cool, I see.
Yeah.
So is there a regional competition that you have to get to before you go to state, or how does that work?
No, there isn't. We just study for the test, take the test, and then go to state and compete it.
Well, that sounds
pretty
fun.
simple, huh?
Sweet. let's see. If you could name an MVP of the HOSA team, who would you say?
Oh my gosh, I might have to go with Ainsley Kurtz. She is our president, and I feel like she helps a lot in our club. And of
Cool.
course, Mrs. Cox. She may be the MVP for us.
Sweet. All right. If you could you give a favorite memory from HOSA?
Oh, I'll start this. So at State HOSA, when we're not competing in our events, which is most of the time, they're only about like 30 minutes long. They have these breakout groups, and one of them, we go to it every year because we just think it's fun, is like a baby delivery lab thing. And so they teach you how delivery works, and it's really informative. And then at the end, they let you demonstrate with like a simulation, and I always deliver the baby.
My favorite memory would have to be watching Aiden do that every year.
Well, that sounds like a great time.
It is, yeah.
All right. So when can you join HOSA?
You can join it in 6th grade, and it goes all the way up until your senior year. I joined when I was in 8th grade, so.
Cool.
pretty
Okay.
early.
What advice would you give to someone looking to maybe join HOSA?
I would definitely say just go for it. Even if you're not looking to go into the healthcare field, there's always options for you, and I feel like it can help you become a better like public speaker and anything like that.
Yeah, I would second that. I think we're really flexible. We'll work with you, and if you like it, you can keep doing it. If you don't, that's fine. I think you should just try it out if you are questioning whether you should do it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I know Grace has been up here before, but
Mhm.
if you could just give us a refresher of what you're going to do after graduation.
I'm going to SDSU for nursing.
And Aiden, what are you going to do after graduation?
Well, I'm going to USD for medical biology, and then I'm not sure about the future, but I might go to med school to become a doctor.
Oh, fun.
Very ambitious.
Awesome. Well, thank you two for coming to talk about HOSA. It was fun. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, and next we will have Mercedes and Aiden to come talk about Native American Club. Oh, and we have a third one. Angie's going to come back. Sweet. All right. You know what? You can put your chair right here. You got all those? All right. So, let's see. Native American Club. At what grade can you join Native American Club?
Native American Club is for high schoolers, obviously, freshman through senior year. So when you come up to the high school, you can come.
Cool, I see. And so what does a typical club meeting look like for Native American Club?
A typical club meeting, ours is usually like about almost half hour, a little less, around maybe 25 minutes. So when we get there, usually it takes like a couple minutes give a couple minutes to let everybody come. Once we get there, we have to sign the sheet, marking that we're all there. So in there, we kind of just talk about events that are coming up, how we can be a part of that or do something for that. Okay, thank you. It's a typical day would be, my bad, I'm sorry.
No, it's all
Let
good.
me restart this. So as soon as we get into the Native American Club, we usually give a couple minutes to kind of just find our seats, sign in with our names. And then we get to talking about what future goals are for our club. We like to have a powwow annually. Our Native American Club powwow is actually coming up in this next week. And you are allowed to dance in it if you are a Native American Club. Bring your own regalia and we can get you in there. But Native American Club meetings, we just talk, we kind of all just like sit in not in like a big circle, but we all sit together, we just throw out ideas about how we can be more involved in things, make ourselves more known. Homecoming is like usually the week where like Native American Club does most for ourselves. Most years we have our own float during homecoming. On Friday during the parade, we have our own float. If you see us, wave. We'll throw you candy. And yeah, we just talk, you know. That's about it.
Fun, cool. I see. So, do you guys in Native American Club work towards a competition, or is it more activity based?
It is more like activity based. It's just getting together as a group and just being proud of who you are, and it's really much like an activity thing for everyone to be a part of.
Cool. I see. So, what do you think you could give me a favorite memory from being in Native American Club?
One of my favorite memories would have to be this year's float decorating, probably. Just like I wasn't there very often, but when I would go to the meetings, it was just cool to like see everybody, you know, together and coming up with ideas and, you know, pitching in. Yeah, it's always nice to see like different people's ideas and what they come up with. And actually the float that we made for the CHS parade went into the Native American parade in Sioux Falls.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was really cool. They made like an arena on the the trailer. Yeah, the trailer. And so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Do you guys want to share a favorite memory too, or?
Oh yeah, of course. My favorite memory in Native American Club would have to be, let's see, honestly, last year's, I think it was 2023, it was actually. I danced in the powwow that our Native American Club hosted. It was at the CCC Community Center, Chamberlain Community Center, and I won royalty, which is like a competition that you get to sign up for, dancers, and we all dance, you know, do our own thing, kind of just pull a couple moves here and there. And there's judges, and they get to judge you and see which place you win. There's first place, second place, third place. Their royalty would also be very similar to that, but royalty is like above first place. It's not about like how good your regalia looks and how good you're dancing and how talented you are. Well, part of it is, but it's like how you represent yourself, how you represent your tribe, your people, and how well you hold yourself. Because, you know, the judges do ask you questions, and I won royalty for that. So I got a crown, and that's my favorite memory. I was very happy, and seeing my mom smile. So
Cool. That's fun.
Yes.
Aiden, would you like to give us a favorite memory?
Sure. Mainly just seeing everyone together as a family, pretty much. You know, it is kind of like a family since we're all like related in a way, and we have so much memories to talk about, and just like planning for the future events with for many other Native American students to come to. So it's pretty much fun to see that.
Cool. That's awesome. And then before I let you guys go, do you think you could share any plans you have after graduation?
Yes. My plans would have to intertwine with my culture and my love for creativity. I'm going to a Native American Art Institute in New Mexico, but I would be majoring in Native American Liberal Studies. So, yeah.
Cool.
I will be attending Lake Area Technical College for graphic design. That is pretty much my plans, and after that, we'll see where it takes me.
Cool.
I will be attending Dakota Wesleyan University, and I will be majoring in nursing.
Awesome. Well, thank you all three very much for coming to represent Native American Club. It was very interesting to hear about that, especially since I guess I don't really hear a whole lot of news about it. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, before we get going with Aiden again on National Honor Society, we have a few more thank yous and pledges to give out. So we just want to start off by saying thank you to Midstate for supporting our phone lines that allow us, all the callers, to make their calls. Thank you very much. All right, first pledge of this go around, we have Austin Schroeder for $50. Thank you very much, Austin. You're a great teacher. All right. Deb Crawford with $500. Thank you very much for a pledge.
Laura Alexander with $100. Thank you very much. Again, everyone who's pledged so far, it really means a lot, not only to us, but to future classes. All right. Joe and Stephanie Swanson, thank you for your $100 contribution. Again, we appreciate every single one of these, so thank you very much. And then last but not least, he was on earlier. We have Bryken Storms with $50. So thank you very much, Bryken, if you're still watching. I really appreciate your interview with the swim team, and thank you very much for the money. All right, Aiden. So we have you here today for National Honor Society. So when can you join National Honor Society?
So the way National Honor Society works is you can join your sophomore year in the second semester, and so I guess the application process, if I remember right, is you need to write an essay talking about like your values for all the aspects of National Honor Society, and you need to get 3 letters of recommendation to support you, and you get like your college or your high school transcript, and send that all in to Chelsea.
Cool. So what does National Honor Society mean, I guess, to be? What does it mean to be in National Honor Society?
So National Honor Society isn't really just like the scholarly side, like with grades and stuff. It's also about community service and character. So they don't just take into account your grades, they also take into account what you do for the community. And that's another part of it. You need 10 hours of community service a year to be a part of it. And they also look at your character and how you treat others and all that stuff.
Cool, I see. So you join at the end of the sophomore year,
Yes.
right? So you can be in it as a junior. And so if you don't get in as a sophomore, can you reapply as a junior then?
Yes, you can. So you can join your junior year, but you cannot join your senior year as a first time.
I see. Okay. And what position do you hold as a member of the National Honor Society?
Yeah, so we had a meeting around homecoming time to determine all the positions in National Honor Society, and I was elected president.
Fun. So what do you do as the president?
I really just try to encourage my other peers to live their fullest and try to be an example.
Fun. I see. So, to my understanding, we have the National Honor Society ceremony induction today at 2:30,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So, yeah, that'll be fun.
And that's where we'll introduce all of our new sophomores to the National Honor Society.
Sweet. Well, I guess I'll see you there, and hopefully I'll see some of the viewers on there, too. All right. Thank you very much, Aiden. And before you go, can you just remind us what you're doing after you graduate?
Yeah, so I'm planning to go to USD for medical biology, and then after that, I plan to attend med school to become a doctor.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we have Isaac representing the Student Council. Hello, Isaac.
Hello, William.
All right. So, Student Council. How do you become a member of Student Council?
So, to become a member of Student Council, you have to fill out a sheet, and you have to get 20 signatures from your own peers of your class. And then there's an election that takes place in the fall, and then you will takes place in the spring, and then you get elected to be a member of the Student Council.
I see. All right. So, what kind of positions are there in the Student Council?
So, in the Student Council, there's 3 freshmen, and there's a class president and 2 representatives. And then for sophomore, junior, and senior, there's also that, but there's also a Student Council officer, yes. and then there's a student council president, and then a student council treasurer and representative for the whole student council as well.
I see. Cool. All right. So what are some of the activities the student council does?
So the student council helps come up with homecoming themes and games, and we also help with the meeting the backpack program, and we help pack lunches. We also help decorate the high school hallway and decorate the American Creek campground for the winter wonderland in the Christmas time.
Awesome. Sounds fun. All right. Do you have a favorite memory that came from student council?
My favorite memory from student council is probably the Secret Santa in the wintertime that we all do with each other. I think that's pretty fun, and that's probably my favorite memory.
Yeah, does sound fun. All right, so Isaac, you're only a junior, but do you think you know what you want to do after graduation?
You know, I don't know yet, but
no, you know what? That's all right.
I plan on attending SCSU probably, but
cool.
Not sure what for yet.
Sweet. Well, I hope you find something you like. So thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
And next we will have Brittany that will represent the FFA.
Hi.
Hi, Brittany. How's it going?
Good.
All right. So FFA, at what grade can you join FFA?
You can join FFA starting 6th grade year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when does the FFA season go, I guess?
So it kind of starts at the beginning of the year. You first have your LDE, and that starts off, you're basically just doing any business or your live speaking, anything like that. That's just a one event thing. We mostly do that in Mitchell. And then throughout the year, we'll start going to our CDEs. Those are specifically based programs that we all compete in. We all compete in different things. So it could be floriculture, livestock judging, anything you can think of, we probably do it at a CDE.
Cool. That's fun. All right. So when does the season end then?
I mean, you could say it ends at the later end of the year, but we do every other year go to our national convention for FFA. We do have a couple kids go. It's normally our seniors and some officers that will go, but that goes into the summer as well.
Cool. Okay. So how many competitions then do you guys go to usually throughout the year?
Oh my gosh, I felt like I was going to one every week or every other week or every other day, it seemed like, during the events. So honestly, easily 20.
Wow, that's quite a bit. All right. How many members are in this club?
So I believe this year we had about 40 kids, and we had 20 kids going to state this year.
Wow. All right. So to make it to state, do you have to go through a regional competition or?
Yep, so throughout those CDEs, you'll gather up those points, and if you have a certain number of points, you can actually make it to state. I can't remember for sure what the number of points are. It depends on the event that they're in, but yeah.
That's cool. All right. Do you think you could give me a favorite memory you've had while you were in FFA?
Oh gosh, I feel like any event that we traveled on was always different and fun. Literally every single one was fun, but in different ways. I could not pick out a specific one.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right. And then one last question. Do you have any plans after graduation?
I do. I'm actually going to Southeast Tech for accounting, and then I'm going to further on my education after that to get my CPA and certification.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for spending your time with us, Brittany, and telling us about FFA.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, and then the last but not least interview we will conduct today will be with our superintendent, Mr. Zeitz. Hello, Mr. Zeitz.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Hey, can I say something before we get started with your questions?
Of course.
Well, first off, a huge thank you to the brainchild behind this, Peyton Haugen. He grabbed this idea and really ran with it. I didn't look at the total, but we are well over $8,000 raised. That $8,000 is going to impact 42 seniors this year. And there has been more than 35 active seniors getting all of this put together. Thank you guys for doing this. You're going to impact this year, next year, and the following years.
Yeah,
so that's pretty
you.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you, especially to everyone who donated. Thank you very much. All right, so Mr. Zeitz, as the superintendent, I have to ask, what does your job entail?
That really depends on the day. Sometimes it's a lot of paperwork. Sometimes it's driving around looking at the weather. Sometimes it's talking to community members or paying bills.
Awesome, I see. So, what if one wanted to become a superintendent of a school district? What steps would they have to go through?
That's a great question. First off, in education, typically you work your way through the ranks, starting out as an educator, elementary, middle school, high school. From there, you get your administrative degree. I took the route of principal first, so I did that for 6 years and then jumped into superintendency. That way you've got experience at each level. And typically with a superintendent, you've got advanced degree like a master's or a doctorate that comes with it. Now, there are some superintendents that come from the business world as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's not typical, but it does happen.
I see. And if you don't mind me asking, where did you go to school?
I started out in Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall, Minnesota, where I got my undergraduate, and then my advanced degrees are from USD.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Have you had a favorite memory that you could give us since during your time in Chamberlain?
Not one specific one stands out. There's been some each year. A couple years ago, if you guys remember, I don't know if this is a positive memory or one that I cringe at, but we had 14 snow days. It got to the point where it was really fun to do the videos and the music and the songs to call those snow days. That was really fun, and I do enjoy just randomly chatting with all of you guys in the hallway. And when I was standing out in the hall getting ready for this, I got to thinking, okay, so I'm in my 5th year here. You guys were 8th graders when I started this, and I can think back to what you guys were like, but we won't share that on camera.
No, we don't need to go there. Anyways, backtracking to your prior comment, do you think we could have a snow day tomorrow?
I looked at the weather, and I'll tell you what, at the latest, I'll dismiss school at 3:21.
Oh, well, I'll take anything I can get. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Zeitz. It's been a pleasure ever going to Chamberlain here, especially with you as our superintendent. I really enjoy seeing you in the hall. So
I appreciate that, and thank you again for putting this together, guys. This has been a huge success.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
How's it going, William?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Are you ready to be done?
Oh, maybe.
Getting there. Alrighty, we got the last pledges. Alrighty, we got Destiny Storms pledged $50.
Oh, thank you very much, Destiny.
We got Peggy Hanslicht
that's my grandma.
$75, and she challenges all grandparents of seniors. So if you're out there and your grandchild has been on the live stream, we would love to see you donate. And our final pledge form is from Susan Barnes. She pledges $100. Thank you guys for watching. The phone line will continue to be open indefinitely. So if you would still like to donate after the live stream is over, the number is 234-CUBS. So give us a call, 605-234-CUBS. Huge thank you to Midstate for making our phone lines work and making all of that possible. Again, Mr. Steckelberg, Mr. Youthy, everyone who's a member of the OCP, all of the students who participated today, Barrett behind the camera, William, MC, all of you guys, this wouldn't be possible. This is a super cool event, and we hope to see it go for years to come.
Yeah. So everyone who donated, thank you. And I think we especially need to give a big thank you to Peyton here. He set all of this up. This is all his idea. So thank you very much, not only from our senior class, but from the classes to come. So thank you.
Awesome.
All right. And that's all this time. We'll see you next year. Well, we won't. But
we won't. The other ones
but
will.
You'll see this.
Yeah, London and Isaac, maybe. They were on here. And Bryken. He'll be a couple years, though.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Until next time.